folks. Today we're going to look at the 7 tablets of the history of creation, which is but this is the first tablet. And this is an awesome story. When in the height of heaven was not named, and the earth beneath it did not yet bear a name, and the primeval Espu, who begat them in chaos, Tiamat, the mother of them both. Their waters were mingled together, and no field was formed, no marsh was to be seen. When of the gods none had been called into being, and none bare name, and no destinies were ordained. Then were created the gods in the midst of heaven. Lamu and Lahama were called into being. Ages increase. Then Ashar and Kishar were created, and over them long were the days. Then there came forth anew their sons, Enshar and Anu, and a god Anu, Nadamad, whom his fathers, his begetters, abounding in all wisdom. He was exceedingly strong. He had no rival. Thus were established were the great gods. But Tiamat and Naspu were still in confusion. They were troubled and in disorder. And Tiamat warred. Aspu was not diminished in might. She smote in their deeds. Their way was evil. Then Aspu, the begetter of the great gods, cried unto Mumu, his minister, and said unto him, O Mumu, thou minister that rejoice my spirit, come unto Tiamat, let us go. So they went before Tiamat, they lay down. They consulted on a plan with regard to the gods, their sons. Aspu opened his mouth and spoke, and unto Tiamat, the glistening one, he addressed the word. Their way. By day I cannot rest, and by night I cannot lie down in peace. But I will destroy their way. I will. Let there be limitation, and let us lie down again in peace. When Tiamat heard these words, she raged and cried out loud. She grievously, and she uttered a curse unto Aspu. She spoke, What then shall we do? Let their way be made difficult, and let us lie down again in peace. Mumu answered, and gave counsel unto Aspu. And hostile to the gods was the counsel Mu gave. Come their way is strong, but thou shalt destroy it. Then by day shall I have rest, and by night shall I lay down in peace. Aspu hearkened unto him, and his countenance grew bright. Since he, Mumu, planned evil against the gods, his sons, he was afraid. His knees became weak. They gave way beneath him, because of the evil which their firstborn had planned. There they altered limitation. They sat in sorrow. Yes. Then Ea, who knoweth all, went up and beheld their muttering. His pure incantation, misery. The god Anu, an avenger, and he shall confound Tiamat. He forever the evil he spoke. He had conquered, and he weepeth, and sit in tribulation of fear. We should not lie down in peace. Aspu is laid waste, and Mamu, who were taken captive. And now did, let us lie down in peace. They will smite, let us lie down in peace. Thou shalt take vengeance for them. Unto the tempest shall thou, and Tiamat hearkened unto the word of the bright God, and said, Should I enter? Let us wage war. The gods in the midst of the gods did she create. They banded themselves together, and at the sight of Tiamat they advanced. They were furious. They devised mischief without resting night and day. They prepared for battle, fuming and raging. They joined their forces and made war. Umahubu, who formed all things, made in addition weapons, invincible. She spawned monster serpents, sharp of tooth and merciless of fang. With poison, instead of blood, she filled their bodies. Fierce monster vipers. She clothed with tremor, with splendor, she decked them, she made them of lofty nature. Whoever beheld them, terror overcame them. Their bodies reared up, and none could withstand their attack. She set up vipers and dragons and monsters, Lahamu, and hurricanes and raging hounds and scorpion men, and a mighty tempest, and fishmen and rams. They bore cruel weapons without fear of the fight. Her commands were mighty, none could resist them. And after this fashion, huge stature, she made 11 monsters. Among the gods who were her sons, inasmuch as he had given his support, she exalted Kingu in their midst. She raised them in power to march before the force, to lead the host, to give the battle signal, to advance to the attack, to direct the battle, and to control the fight. Unto him she entrusted in costly remnant. She made him sit, saying, I have uttered thy spell in the assembly of the gods. I have raised thee to power. The dominion over all the gods have entrusted unto him. Be thou exalted, thou my chosen spouse. May they magnify thy name over all of the Anunnaki. She gave him the tablets of destiny, and on his breast she laid them, saying, Thy command shall not be without avail, and the word of thy mouth shall be established. Now Kingu, thus exalted, having received the power of Anu, decreed the fate among the gods, his sons, saying, Let the opening of your mouth quench the fire god. Whoso is exalted in battle, let him display his might. That is the first tablet. The first tablet of creation, one of 7 of the 7 tablets of the history of creation. Let's take a deeper look. Who is Tiamat? Let's look and find out who Tiamat is by highlighting it. Let us copy it. Let us highlight it first. And then let us open up the Microsoft Copilot. And let us ask the Microsoft Copilot for a picture for artifact of Tiamat. They presently do not have an artifact of Tiamat. But what let us do? Let us go in and find out an artifact a different way. We'll leave this open. And we'll look into more of this. And what we'll do is continue to look at the artifacts of the first of 7 tablets of the history of creation. Thanks for watching, folks. Like, share, and subscribe. And stay tuned for the second part of this video, of the first of the 7 tablets of the history of creation.